Narayana, Narayana, Narayana. So what I'm talking today, we have two divisions. It's a question which is asked to me, but after I answer that question, generally I'll have to talk about another subject connected to it, how these things come about. So the question which was asked was that people who have liquor, tobacco and all these sort of, now we got more and more options when the world is becoming larger, these matters. So when we have that, the person she was talking about, somebody whom she knows, said he's keeping his poodle and he's doing these things, then is it right? Will there be some punishment that comes to him? Will there be some difficulty that comes to him because of that? So when I was coming down, I remembered a conversation. Once Sathguru had gone to meet a certain Swami, and then one person had come there. He said, then that Swami said, "Do you do your Sandhya Vandanam?" He said, "No, I don't do anything. Even a poodle, I take it and keep it in the puja room. I don't wear it because I am doing so many things. I am drinking, I am smoking, I am not eating vegetarian food. So அது போட்டுட்டு வந்து அதெல்லாம் பண்றது தப்பு." So the Swami told him, at least if you wear that, then you will do less. So after that person went, Sadhguru was always a person who won't correct another person in public. They always say in a very nice way. For example, once one person said that Sadhguru has always said, concentrate on God's feet, meditate on God's feet, and think of God's feet. But in the Uddhava Gita, he says, meditate upon my shining, smiling face. So, how is that? So Sadhguru said, just one line. Sadhguru, it's important to have asked that question. Though Sadhguru is not following Sri Krishna. Sadhguru said just one line. That was for Uddhava. This is for you. So, Uddhava has got the worthiness to look at his face and meditate. You need a lot of humility, so you have to look at the feet, then go on. So, after that person had left, Sathguru told the Swami, why are you reducing the ideal? Don't reduce the ideal. Tell him, wear the poodle and don't do these things. Why are you saying that? Wear the poodle and do less things. If you say that, then he will aim at the highest and go at least halfway. But on the other hand, if you lower the bar like that, then that's what I need to do, you feel, and then he's not going to work hard on spiritual life. But then there's this, to come back to this question, does it bring any bad karma, does it bring any difficulty? See, these symbols are specific for one or two reasons. It's like all this cloth, what is it for? One is it to remind the person who's wearing it that he is different from the others. Suresh told his children when they were small children that no climbing upon uncle or anything like that. Remember the color he's wearing. So, because it shows on one side, it tells the person who's wearing it, I am not part of the crowd, I am different. I should have a different path to follow, but that does not mean I am higher than them. And it tells other people, this person is not one of your, so be careful when you deal with him. So this is how the system works. That Peetam, what does it stand for? It stands for initiation. It's a Peetam with the polo. Stands for initiation. So when you wear that, you are connecting yourself with Gayatri, Devi, Surya Bhagavan, with the gods. And so a certain amount of Shakti, a certain amount of power is brought into you at the time of the Upanayana. Whether you maintain it or not is another question. And then after that, it lasts with you. You can either make the fire glow, you can let the fire go down. But the fire is always there. So at the time when you call it, it will come. So Sathguru was talking about a person who was a very not bold sannyasi. He was very worldly minded and all that. That fire of renunciation was not there. Sathguru said he has taken sannyasa once. At one time he had that feeling. Maybe after 10 or 15 janmas it will come back again and that will. But once it has come to him, that mark will be there. So that initiation, that will be there. Now what happens is it creates a certain Shakti. And it remains in that person. All these things, they bring in another Shakti. So it clashes. So to say it is sinful and God will punish is not true. But you are bringing one Shakti, you have a certain Shakti and you have not maintained it. Then you are bringing something else in. Then can water and fire live together? There will be some difficulties. The steam will come up. So that's how it is. So actually what we call punya and papa, those are right actions, those are wrong actions. These things, they cling on to us. When we do actions, good actions, when we do bad actions. It is, punya and papa is not that Chitragupta sits and writes down, this person hit somebody, therefore he has to be hit 3 times. Not like that. You hit somebody, that action sticks onto you. And then as you go on, it's the interest of that goes. Because what happens when you do an action, Vishnu Mohan explained this nicely. He said it goes 3 times around the world and comes back to you, they say. Forms that one is the effect on yourself. Once you do something wrong, it's easier to do the next wrong. So that it has one. The other is on that person. So once you see somebody, you do something wrong, that person is affected. You do something good, that person is affected. Next time it's easier to do the good action or the bad action because you've already created a place for the water. It's like you cut a furrow on the sand and water goes through in that, like that, it comes easier and easier. The third is that vibration you are creating, the example you are giving to society, that also exists. That vibration of that wrong action, that when you go into a place, sometimes you feel that the place is, something is wrong. Right? Because some wrong thing has been done there. Similarly, you go to a temple, so much pujas have been done there. So, you feel that something there. So this punya and papa, they stick on to us as we go on in our life. Little bit comes on to us, and then it stays with us as we go on. So it's just like how if we go into a room full of flowers and sit there, we smell the flowers afterwards. It will take some time to go, but it will be there. And the taste was serene, that flower may come to us. We say, go and sit in a kitchen where garlic is being fried, your clothes will smell of garlic, your skin will smell of garlic. Then you have to have a bath, you have to change those clothes for the smell to go. So it's like that. Punya and papa stick out to us. It's like the Jain said, it is small, it's a material thing, but very, very, difficult, sukshma, very subtle, you don't see it easily. So it's like that, it sticks out to us, it stays on with us. Then after we die, Nachiketas asked Yama, what happens to a person? What is his future? He says just very simply, he says, Yata karma, yata shruta. According to what his actions are, according to what he has learned. Because the knowledge can nullify the karma, can reduce the effect of the karma. See, what we have done, that effect will go. But we have to go through it for it to go really. So then when they say pariharam and all that, pariharam will help, but it won't clear that. On Monday I will take that matter of pariharam and pujas and all the detail. But this effect of our actions, it comes along with us. Yata karma, yata shruta. So, if we have done something which is good, if we have done something which is not so good, that is there with us. But if we are able to see what we've done and see that whether it is the right thing or whether it's a wrong thing, whether it is something which is, we are able to stand away from the incident or the occurrence and then say, why did I do this? Should I have done this or should I not have done that? Then what happens is that one is able to have a correct view of what has happened, and then future actions are corrected. So when we are in a similar situation, because we have stood away and examined and we understood, we will remember a similar thing happened earlier and this is what we did. Later we felt it was good or it was bad. So then we will not do that again, or if it is a good thing, we will do it again. So, yata karma, yata shruta. According to the actions that have been done and according to what we have learned from it. That is what creates our next birth. That's what creates our future life. So we have to see what we are taking with us. Are we taking sufficient good things with us? When Sri Rama went to the forest, Bharata did not know that such a thing had happened. When he came, he heard about it. Then he followed Sri Rama. And he was, at the time, the de facto king of Ayodhya. He probably had ruled for some time. Then he went there and surrendered to Sri Rama. Then Sri Rama said, asked him to continue. And Sri Rama asked him one thing, are you saving well? Are you saving in good ways? He asked him. That is something which we should ask ourselves. What are we doing with our life? Are we saving punya and giving for ourselves? Are we doing good things to carry over? So once I told Sathguru, Gita says that we do yajna that brings rain and all that. But in this Kali Yuga, it's very difficult to do yajna. All these things mentioned that Shastras and all that, to get the priest to do it is itself a challenge. So Sathguru said, the yajna which has to be done is the yajna which Krishna said in the Gita, that your life itself is a yajna, to be done as a yajna. And when that is done, then that itself will bring the Lord himself as protection or directly visible to us, and his grace also will follow. So actions create a positive Shakti, a negative Shakti will stick on to us. And because of that, it draws people to us. So because of that Shakti which we are absorbed, which we have created around us, we are drawn towards the place where we have to be born, to the people where we have to be born to the people whom we will associate. And also, during our lifetime, then when that bad time is happening, it's because that bad karma is being exhausted. So it brings people around to you to help you to exhaust that bad karma. And for you to understand that bad karma is causing difficulty. So if you are able to be detached and step away, then you are able to see things properly. Once when I had to deal with some people who were particularly unpleasant, Sadhguru said, look at it as a play of the Buddhas. This man is behaving like this because he's a rajasic. That man is behaving like that because he's tamasic. When you see that, then you will see that people are not really responsible. Their karma is making them do things. They don't have the knowledge to learn from what they have done and to correct their future behavior so it does not cause these things. Then when you do that, then you are coming out of that. On one side, Sadhguru used to always say, he sees the day pagoda, one side it is unwinding the karma, the other side winding of fresh karma. So, but Sadhguru said we can come out of that by not involving, by not doing the karma for ourselves, but linking it with God. When you link it with God, then nothing comes to us from that. There is no Shakti, good or bad, which comes from that. Our hands will smell of the roses that we offer to God. So a certain amount of will stick out to us, but very little sticks out to us. So that is why Bhagavan says also, does not cling on to a human being for the action he has done. It's only this way. When you are not there, is who does the action? The individual soul who's composed of a jiva with a lot of karmas which are there and a sense of I. So you remove the sense of I, then who does all this karma cling on to? It has nobody, no one to cling on to. But those karmas which have started, they will continue rolling. But others, there is nobody to take ownership. So it just dissolves away. That is what Sathguru wants us to understand, is that by doing actions, by linking it to God, then we don't create necessities for those actions again. And by seeing when everything goes right, seeing that detachment, having the detachment, seeing that this is because something good was done earlier. This was done because of some Shakti created by actions which are good earlier, created by actions which are given to us by our parents, our family, our Guru. That punyam which comes to us, that is taking us along. So that's why we have time now. And so we accept that and we want to detach from that. And then later, when times are bad, then also you withdraw yourself. You look at things from a distance. And then you see difficulties coming. You expect that things are not right, it's difficult, so therefore I must be careful, so that I don't do anything which brings me into further difficulties. Somebody speaks badly, okay, keep quiet, will I wait? Later they will understand themselves. So like this, when we do these things, slowly we are able to step away from ourselves and watch how things get better, things get easier. And then after that, we slowly withdraw ourselves further and see that it is just the karma flowing on like a river and we are standing on the bank. Then after some time, as we get stronger, then Guru will come with the boat and take us across that river. And then like how Narada told Sanat Tamma Brahman Shokasya Paramtarayatu. Lord, Bhagavan, take me across the to the other side of suffering, to the other bank. So like that, the Guru will take us over all our difficulties, take us over the good times also, and then we go and reach the Guru and God and we live there, contented. Sri Sathguru comes through.